Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's a pleasure to be with you this Thursday morning. Today is March 21st, 2024. It's 8 o'clock Central. We get together most weekday mornings this time to talk about tips, strategy, share success stories, support each of you, regardless if you are a current client, a prospective client, a current distribution partner, or a prospective distribution partner. We hope that our transparency and a deeper understanding of how our program works will benefit you. As I've mentioned before, we serve two masters. That's a term that hopefully is not offensive. We serve two masters. One master are the clients, business owners who are looking to have a fundable business. So that's one of our clients, our target audiences, or key stakeholders, if you will. Secondly, we work with distribution partners, and that makes it all possible because our distribution partners spend their time and energy getting the word out, educating, building financial literacy. So we have clients to help, and they get paid from that. They get paid very generously. So it's a great economic model, and it's okay for both parties to know about the other party. With that being said, we're going to continue our discussion about running your branch office like a business. Now, this is probably unneeded for some of you, but some of our partners, I don't either they don't have the experience or the commitment. There's something missing when it comes to how they're approaching their branch office. So the preface is this: the branch office role, which if you're not a branch office, you can come to chapmanloanprogram.org, and here's where you become one. But that's not the point. I'm trying to recruit you today. But if you're running a branch office, it should be $100,000 a month business. Now, first off, some people say, "Oh, that's crazy. That's too much." That's small thinking. There's lots and lots and lots of businesses that make over 100,000 a month. Maybe you're not familiar with it or haven't ran one, but it's not uncommon at all. So we have an economic model that should be generating a lot of income for you while we're helping people. And we've had a training on the economic model, which isn't our focus today, which you can view here if you've not done so, or if you want to refer to it. So let's lay out the facts. So we offer a very needed service in a unique way. So we really don't have any direct competitors. There's an immense need, but it's not always so easy to connect with the clients. And so we're going to talk today about the concept of leads. So first off, you run a business. You need to have a sales organization. Maybe it's just you. So I'm not saying you have to go hire other people, but if you don't view your business as having a sales organization, you're going to fail. You just can't keep from failing if you don't recognize that going out and generating leads and educating leads and enrolling leads is the core of what you do, because you've outsourced all the implementation to us. This is what you do. If you can't become good at doing these three things, either internally or outsourcing it, then what are you doing? You're in the wrong spot, right? Because this is your job description. This is your job description. So generating leads, as we've talked about before, is where it starts, right? Because if we don't have anyone to talk to, if we don't want to have anyone to educate, we'll never have anyone to enroll, right? So we have to have leads. Some of you are not very good currently at generating leads. So we're going to talk about a different strategy today than what we've formally talked about before that absolutely works, and it's free. In general, how do we get leads? Well, I guess there's lots of ways, but just three main buckets. You could go out and buy leads if you wanted. So I'm not advocating for that. I don't sell leads, but certainly you could go buy leads. Now, the type of leads you buy can make a big difference, right? If they're truly vetted small businesses looking for funding, freaking jackpot, right? That's spot on. But sometimes some of you are getting some leads that are not quite that focused, or they're just lists of small business owners. Well, they're not pre-qualified, right? We don't know if they're looking for funding or not. So never confuse, don't put all leads into one bucket, right? First, there's just lists. If all it is a list of people that are not looking for funding and not expecting you to contact them, then that's just a list. But we could certainly buy leads, and we've had a training on that, and it's available here called Sales Process if you want to refer to it. We can go out and generate leads. And the main way that we do that, by the way, is through education. So we can go out and teach. We've talked many times before about going out and teaching the 10 mistake topics, which is here. If you've not viewed that, you probably should, because it's a great resource. We should have provided each of you an editable version of this PowerPoint so you can make the edits, change the call to action to what you want it to be, and then we can teach it in person, online, what have you. So that's a different way to generate leads. You don't have to choose one of these or all of these, but we're just covering some basics. But I'm going to get to the point. Today's topic is you can get referrals. I think some of you have a flawed approach to generating referrals. So I'm going to give you my pitch, and then you can obviously give feedback and criticism if you want. We do that through the Q&A, the question and answer box. It's like a chat box of Zoom. So at any point you have questions, comments, concerns, type it in there and we'll address it. So today's topic is about getting referrals, but it starts with your mindset. You are the CEO of your branch, right? Because when you're going out to the marketplace, you're going out under your branding. So it's your business, right? So don't think of yourself as a rep for us, representative for us, because you're not, right? When you entered into the Opportunity Fund branch office relationship, you agreed to go out to the marketplace under your organization. Now, if you don't have an organization, then you're going out under your sole proprietorship, I guess. But regardless, it's under your branding. We're just your back office. We do the work, but you're going out under your branding. So what does that mean? Of course, we've already said you need to have a sales organization. And so anyone that refers to you are becoming your referral partners. Has nothing to do with us. So that's my point. You can have referral partners that are in your world that we're unknowing of. We don't need to know them. How do you generate those? Well, yesterday we talked about, we could actually go out and we talked about supportshepherd.com. And again, I don't have any financial interest in this, but you could go out and you could actually hire sales reps. That's not what we're talking about today, but certainly that's not getting referrals. That would be generating referrals, either by education or some sort of sales effort. So that's not what we're talking about, but that is an option. What we're going to talk about, though, today is instead, what if we went out and connected with other people that are in our space? Let them know what we do, offer to refer to them, and them to refer to you. Now, we have had several discussions on bni.com. We've pleaded with all of you, go to at least one BNI meeting and try it out. So before I get deep into today's topic, let's just do a quick survey. How many of you have done that? How many of you have gone to at least one BNI meeting? Let's just do a quick yes or no. So we've got 319 on. Bernard, I know you have. David, yes, you have. But Eric, Gilbert, Jeanette, Jenny, you and I were talking about leads this morning. Jenny, have you gone to a BNI meeting? I didn't ask you that when we talked this morning. Jimmy, Johnny, Larry, Madison, Marilyn, Pauline, Pearlie, Selena, Sanya, Tim, Trevor, Zon, others. Have any of the others of you? We've got a couple yeses, but no one's saying no. So if you've not tried BNI, you're missing out. And we've had at least one full topic on it. So even before I get to today's topic, here's a problem. If you've not explored BNI, you need to explore it. You can go to any of their meetings twice. And I encourage you to do that because you will walk away with referrals. Again, not today's topic, but that is a model of getting referrals, just not today's topic. Okay. So today's topic is, what if we were to look at the entrepreneurial ecosystem, and we think about other people that are out working with small businesses, whereby, and again, we're not feeding back into BNI, which is a formal structure of this, but if we were to informally be able to talk to people that already may have small business clients, and or they're trying to develop them. So that could be examples of bookkeepers and insurance agents, website developers, and so forth. One of the easiest ways to pull this off, now I'm getting to the main point of today's training, is you can go to Craigslist. So you literally can go to Craigslist for free. Now, obviously, this is our area. You would go to your area. And well, let's change the area. So let's say that we want to go to Houston. Let's do Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. So first we got to find, well, that certainly didn't get us to Atlanta, Georgia. How did I, Atlanta. There we go. I guess I didn't give it time to populate. Okay, so it's going to move over there. I'm going to choose this location. Okay, so the first point, if you're going to use Craigslist, you want to nail down the geographic area that you're targeting. But we're beyond that now. So we can go to Craigslist, and let's say that we go to financial services. We can find people that are out pitching to entrepreneurs already and approach them to be a referral partner of your branch. So not to replace you to become their own branch, but to become a referral partner of yours. So let's explore that. And I didn't prepare with this list, so this is not orchestrated. So let's go to this first one. So Roswell, business owners fast funding. Oh, great. So we have someone, I don't know who it is, but we have someone that's going out and offering to get funding. Does that compete with what we do? Not so much, right? It's an indirect competitor, not a direct, because the core of what you and I do is we create fundable businesses. We take them through a 4-phase process. We're building the credibility so they qualify for funding. So how does this tie together? All right, so we have this man or this woman. You have their phone number. They're advertising. They're willing to talk to you. So essentially, what would we want to get from them? We would like to get from them their declines. So I don't know who this person is. Let's say this person's name's Maryland. I'm just making it up. I have no idea. I haven't called them. Hey, Maryland, I'm Tom, and you got to use your name with your organization. I work with a grant subsidized program to help small businesses qualify for funding. I was wondering if there might be some way that we could refer to each other. I could refer to you, the people that would qualify, and maybe you could refer to me, the people that don't qualify for your funding. So you're getting their declines. That's technically what you're looking for. Because again, if you think that we're a lender, we're not a lender, right? You and I are considered what's called technical advisors. We help build fundable businesses. We can go for funding. Certainly the Chapman Fund is a great source, but we can take clients anywhere for funding. So let's say that this person, again, I made up their name being Marilyn. Marilyn refers someone to you who didn't qualify for funding, or even if they did, maybe they want more funding because they're not fundable yet. They don't meet the criteria that we talk about. So then they refer people to you. We help them become fundable through our scope of services. We can take them back over to the referral partner, in this case, hypothetical Maryland, for the funding. We don't compete with these other people. They should be referral partners of yours. You see the picture? Okay, so let's go back. That was just one. Who else is on the list? So here's someone that is pitching payroll assistance. Well, great. Again, could you refer clients to them that need payroll help? Sure. Could they refer people to you, their clients or their prospects to you that are needing help with funding? Absolutely, right? Let's see. So here's another credit line. There's just all kinds, and it can also be we can look up a credit repair professionals. They can be referral partners. So let's see. Let's find one that looks good. Here's a same day credit repair. So again, if this person, I don't know who this is, they want you to message them. So I guess you message through Craigslist. I'm not an expert on this, but the bottom line is you could reach out to them and you want to just have a very comfortable conversation, quick introduction. Hey, I wanted to see if I could refer people to you. You could refer people to me. I've got a great referral program. And then they become a referral partner of yours. Now, what would that referral partnership look like? That's a common question we get because we're talking about developing referral partners. And we can simply go to Craigslist to find people that could refer to you. So the question commonly comes up, how would I pay referral partners? Well, the answer is, of course, it's up to you. But here's something that I would recommend that I've seen work. I'd say, well, you know what, Marilyn, I'll pay you $100 for everyone you refer who enrolls with us. So they're getting $100 up front. And then secondly, I'll pay you 3 points of their capital raise. That's a pretty, and you could go down a little bit if you wanted, but I wouldn't be so stingy here because 2 to 3 points is probably the industry standard. I wouldn't go below 2, but again, it's up to you. You manage your P&L. But what's the point? So if you went to Craigslist and started approaching, and we can go back to the normal finance. Well, we could also look up insurance agents, couldn't we? So there's some targeted groups, insurance agents, credit repair that are really good. So uh, there's all kinds of potential referral partners. So why would you want to do this? Well, let's actually go back to the main page. So for every one of these people, in this case, hypothetical Maryland, that you talk to, they could potentially generate 10 new clients to you a month. So you could either spend your time doing this or you could cold call prospects. So if you don't have a good list, we were talking earlier that when it comes to leads, and especially buying leads, if they're good leads and they're receptive, then that makes sense. But if all that you're doing is just calling lists of small business owners that are not expressly interested in funding, and you find that all you're doing is leaving messages, sending emails, you're not getting responses, that's not working. So instead of using your time going down that rabbit hole, spend some time and energy building a referral team. So these folks who already have clients and they're out obviously marketing, right? I don't even know if you have an ad on Craigslist. You probably should because they could come to you too. So I guess that's the secondary lesson today. Everybody should have an ad on Craigslist for your branch. But separate from that, the people that are advertising can refer to you. The other great thing is that you're not limited, in our branch model, you're not limited to a given geographic area. It's not like you bought some franchise for certain zip codes. So while we're here in Atlanta right now, we can go back. We don't have to stay in Atlanta, right? We could go to Los Angeles, California, and we could go anywhere in the United States and then go through and identify referral partners because this is not that they have to be down the street from you. So now we can go over to financial. And then there's a whole bunch more of prospective referral partners. You would literally have an unlimited number of prospective referral partners to reach out to if you use the Craigslist strategy. You know how to reach them because most of these folks are, in fact, putting their numbers on there. So fix and flip loans, and that takes us into real estate, which we'll talk about in a moment. So here, do they have any clients that don't qualify? Probably so. Do they have clients that qualify but that are looking for other types of funding or business funding? Probably so. Reach out to them. Let them know who you do, what you do. You've got their email, you got their website. Many of them will give you their phone number. They didn't, but just reach out to them. Because again, why? You're running a business and you must, as we said a couple of times, you must have a sales organization or your business is going to fail, because the nature of what you do as a branch office are these three things. That's what gets you paid, and you can get paid a lot of money, and there's plenty of money to share with referral partners. But if you don't have a vibrant sales organization doing these three things, it's broken and we need to fix it. So with that rant, let me pause. What questions or comments do any of you have on using the Craigslist strategy to go find referral partners? Right? And don't, I wouldn't spend any time trying to filter all. So let's say you go here and you say, well, they're trying to sell age corporations. They would never be interested. I wouldn't assume that. I would still reach out to them, briefly explain what you do, what we do, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised, because some of these people are successful, so they have lots of clients that they could refer. Some, frankly, are struggling, and the money that you would pay them might be more than they're making through their current model now, right? So it just makes sense. So feedback, looking for feedback. So we got whole lot of people on here. Bernard and Katori and David, Eric, Gilbert, Jenny. Jenny, I really want your feedback because this ties into our discussion this morning. Jimmy, Larry, Marilyn, Pauline, we get so many of you. What are your thoughts about using it? And I'll be direct. So what's the concept today? It's to use Craigslist as a source for referral partners. So, feedback. What do you think? Oh, David says his team started this concept earlier this week. It makes it easier. Yeah, because you're working with others in a similar space, but we're not competing with them. And even if you run into someone and they do the same exact thing, which I don't think anyone does, it's okay. But either you or someone in your organization, let's go back to this, has to be doing these three things, right? You can't get away from these three things. This is what your business does in our relationship. So you can either personally do this or you can outsource it, you can delegate it, but someone in your sales organization must be doing these three things. And it starts with having leads. And any of you that tell me, oh, I don't have enough leads, this will fix it. This will absolutely fix it. Now, if you don't want to use leads this way, that's okay. You can go buy leads. You can go generate leads yourself through education, by networking. We talked about hiring sales reps with that outsourced firm Shepherd or whatever it was called. But we just can't get past the fact that you need to have a vibrant, successful sales organization. That's really what you do. As a branch office, you are managing a sales organization because our team's doing all the implementation. So if you're not good, if you're not experienced, if you're not confident in running a sales organization, that's okay. But we need to improve. We need to fix it. How do we measure if our sales organization is working? We need to be, our clear goal is what? What are the goals of your branch? Well, number one, we know it's to enroll at least 8 clients per month. There's no question about that, because that's the contractual expectation. We only look for branches, branch partners, branch owners that will commit to that, because we don't want dabblers. Dabblers are an incredible waste of anyone's time. So In our branch model, all of you that have come aboard have said in writing, you've contractually committed, yep, after a 30-day grace period, I will enroll at least 8 clients a month. Our job is to assist you and support you in doing that. This will work. This will absolutely work. So what are the goals of your branch? Well, that's number one. Now, if we do that, we should be generating at least 100,000 per month in gross income. So we don't have to worry about money, quite frankly, because money follows enrollments. As long as you have enrollments, the money will happen. But money won't happen without enrollments. So I don't know if this is different than what you thought when you enrolled, but this is the model. We need to have an active sales organization. And I would recommend a different goal. I'd recommend a daily enrollment goal. And I've talked to many of you about this. A really great way to approach it, and it's what many of our top producers do, is on a daily basis, the goal is to enroll a client. And it's pretty easy, right? You wake up in the morning, I've enrolled no one. You know that. And when you wrap up your day, you can easily reflect back and say, yep, I enrolled someone or not. If your goal is just 2 a week or 8 a month, then that's a little less easy. It's not as easy to keep top of mind. So if you have a daily enrollment goal, and of course, some days we'll enroll more than one, and there'll be some bad days, but on average, that of course generates what? 30 a month. Now we're talking some really significant income. All right, so what have we covered in summary? You run a business. If you're a branch owner, you can put your head in the sand, you can ignore it, you can mistreat it, but you are the CEO of a branch office and you need to have a sales organization, because here's what your job description is. Here's the deal. And it starts with leads. We cannot fall into the trap of saying, I don't have enough leads, because that shouldn't be the issue. We can go buy leads. And again, we've had a training on where to buy leads, the sales process. We can go out and generate leads, and we've had training on how to use the PowerPoint to go out and teach and generate leads, or we can go network and generate leads. And then lastly, we can absolutely, and we should build a referral team. There's nothing that should be keeping you from having referral partners. What's the easiest way to find referral partners? People that are already visibly out marketing. And Craigslist is probably the easiest place to find them. So who is willing to give this a try? So today is March 21st. Between now and the end of the month of March, so we're kind of building our pipeline for April already, not giving up on the month of March. Who is willing to try this? Jenny says she's willing to try it. Great. Who else is willing to give it a try? Doesn't cost anything, right? Craigslist is free. You sign up. You can pick whatever geographic area. I've had a few branch owners say, well, I live in a rural area, Mississippi. There's no one around. It doesn't matter. This is worldwide, or probably wouldn't focus on the United States, but you can go to whatever market you want. There's nothing that means that you only have to do networking in a given geographic area. We have a couple branches that say, I don't have transportation. Well, great. Well, not great to diminish that, but great. With this solution, you don't need transportation. This is not about outdoor knocking. Now, some of you want the face-to-face, and if that's working for you, then that's fine. But most of us are looking to create systems that will allow us to create a steady stream of activity. Here it is. Here it is. All right, one other point I needed to hit, and I think it was Eric's comment. I don't know if you're aware, but the real estate market is in turmoil, absolute turmoil. Why is that? Number one, interest rates up. Number two, inventory down. Number three, a massive legal settlement with the National Realtors Association that is entirely disrupting how realtors are paid. There's a mass exodus of real estate agents leaving the industry because their income is most likely going to plummet. Where better to get new referral partners than realtors? Because there's a lot of realtors that their income's going down or going away. So we talked, and we can pull that back up as we close. Who are some great targets? So let's go ahead and close on that. So who are some great targets? Well, certainly anyone in the lending space, because they're already marketing, and we try to get their declines. Just ask them to send you the people that they couldn't get approved. You pay them $100 up front when the client enrolls, 2 to 3 points. Great. So that's excellent, right? This is excellent. Can't get better than that. Who are other great targets? And again, we're talking about targets found on Craigslist, right? So we're staying with our topic. Who are other really good targets? Certainly anyone in the credit repair industry, because why do people want to improve credit? Normally they want to improve credit to use the credits, the utilization, the utility of credit. So they want to go buy something. Maybe they want money to start or grow a business. And then we were talking about insurance agents are great. Those that are targeting small businesses, this is a great door opener for them, extra revenue stream. And then what we were talking about most recently was specifically real estate agents, because their world is upside down right now. And then, of course, really it's anyone working with small business owners, which you can easily find those. But I think we're now out of excuses. Anyone that wants to tell me, hey, I can't be successful because I don't have leads, I guess that was my fault. I didn't do a good enough job letting you know. No, that's not an acceptable excuse. If you don't have leads, it should not be a problem. We can go buy leads. Oh, woe is me. I don't have any money. Okay, great. Then let's not buy leads. I can go generate leads. I can go teach, and I can create awareness online or in person. No, I don't have time to do that. I don't have a car. I'm not a good public speaker. I don't have clothes, whatever. Okay, great. Then this always works. It always works. And it's easy to find these people. And most of them are so approachable because they're putting their contact information out there. But none of that replaces the power of BNI. Again, we've talked about it. I would do BNI in addition to the Craigslist strategy. Those of you that are going to BNI, you're walking away with an average of 5 to 10 deals a month. That's what we're hearing. That's what we're seeing from those of you that are using the BNI strategy. You don't need me to explain BNI if you don't understand it. Just simply go to bni.com and you can read about it. You can find a local chapter and they'll explain it to you. I'm not a BNI rep. There's just no excuse. There's no excuse to not be successful. Your branch should be generating at least $100,000 a month. If it's not, let's get our heads together and let's figure it out. You know how to reach us. Our phone numbers on our website, our emails on our website. If you're a current branch, we should be having at least weekly one-on-ones. If you're a prospective branch, call us, email us, or get signed up and become a branch partner. Jimmy asked if this is recorded. Yes, I'm recording it. And if it's available. Yes, yeah, we put all of it up on our YouTube channel. So you'll be able to listen to any past trainings on the YouTube channel. We're transparent, no passwords. So in closing, let's be successful. Let's have a profitable branch. Let's make sure that you're earning adult money. The platform is here. It just comes down to your execution. And the first part of the execution is, do you understand? Do you accept responsibility that you need to manage a sales organization? Now, that sales organization could be an organization of one, just you, but what happens when it's just you? It's all you. Either you produce or not. That's a horrible way to run a business, but it's an option. You'd be better off to have other people that are doing the work. We can go out and get referrals. We talked about hiring sales reps yesterday. You can get referral partners, but we cannot get past the fact that you own a business that should generate over $1 million a year, reasonably, 100,000 a month. You must run a sales organization. And if you don't have leads, we need to be creative and implement something to have leads. Because once you have a lead, then you can educate them about what we do and what it means to be fundable. And then many of them, not all of them, but many of them will enroll. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We will see you back tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Let us know what we can do for you. And let's enroll a client today. Thanks. Bye.